In previous video tutorials, we've integrated vendors into our Sippy Softswitch system and configured their gateways, referred to as connections. Additionally, we've established destination sets, compiling rates for various destinations along with their associated prices and parameters. Now, let's dive into creating routing groups, which consist of multiple routing entries and algorithms for route selection, known as routing policies. Each routing entry pairs a specific destination set with a corresponding vendor's connection. To create a new routing group, navigate to the Vendors section, select the Routing menu, and click on the Routing Groups option. Once on the Routing Groups page, click the Add button to initiate the creation of a new routing group. Let's name our first routing group AZ Standard, indicating that this is the routing group covering routes to all countries for our standard package accounts. You can add notes to the description field for your convenience. Now, let's combine destination sets into routing entries, tying them to respective connections and vendors. Ensure each destination set is correctly tied to the appropriate vendor and connection. For the first routing entry, let's add the Greentel standard destination set received from the Greentel vendor and tie it to the Greentel vendor, and to the Greentel standard connection, which belongs to this vendor and corresponds to this destination set. To save this routing entry, press the round green button with a plus sign located to the right of the routing entry. Pressing this button also adds an empty routing entry. Let's also add another routing entry, combining the AZ standard destination set received from the Redtel vendor, and the Redtel standard connection corresponding to this destination set. You may proceed to add other routing entries yourself as needed for your business scenario. Next, let's assign an active routing policy to this group. Sippy's routing policies define the logic used to select the most appropriate route for directing traffic to a specific destination, from all destination sets added to routing entries. We'll set the least cost policy for this training. To learn more about the logic behind routing policies, please refer to the Sippy knowledge base and the tutorial on routing policies. Once we've added the necessary routing entries and activated the needed policies, save and close. We now have our first routing group AZ Standard listed on the Routing Groups page. You may also create additional routing groups to further assign them to your clients represented by account or customer entities in the Sippy Softswitch when configuring accounts and customers.